you know that you can't mess it up if you listen to your intuition, things are going to change. That's for sure. What your ego wants and what your intuition tells you to do is two different directions. It's like finding a safe place inside of you. That's the type of security I never thought was possible to have. One of the most incredible things that have happened to me this year is actually just trusting my intuition and learning to know what intuition is. Because if you just live life like that, you might not notice it, you know? Because it is always there, but you might not even listen to it. And it's so easy once you start to figure out how it works, you know? You realize, well, wait, I just listen to my intuition and I can do this at any time. So it makes life a lot easier. Sometimes I feel like I used to complicate things where there was nothing that should have been complicated. But I was stuck in a cycle, in a loop. It wasn't, I didn't see a way out. That's how I kept going. And to be honest, I mean, the way the world is set up, the way society is, the systems on this planet and like all that, we're not really taught how to listen to our intuition, right? That's not something we learn in first grade nor in the last one. So I guess we learn it when we have to. And it was time for me. I watched a video where somebody was basically saying the difference between ego and intuition. I feel like the world teaches us more to act like with our egos because this is what we see a lot. Even without wanting to be that person who is ego-driven, so many of us are, and we see people act a certain way, and it's really easy to, fit in socially and act the same way. And then everybody is acting without actually going forward. It's just everyone is in this loop, in their own type of loop. This is how I sometimes feel like, people around you, everyone is in their own little loop. Ego-driven scrolling all the day away. Really? Like, come on, really? Is that what life is about? I don't care what you think is hot, but it's not. Like, if you're that ego-driven person, nah. And you're probably not going to have the best life, Sometimes it's those people, that appear to be really, like, confident and strong that are just really not. Intuition is soft and kind of quiet. It doesn't shout, it doesn't scream. It is really the opposite of your ego, in that sense. Yeah, oftentimes it's when we gotta make a decision, right? And it's kind of, you have this knowing, you've got this knowing that we tend to shut off. Isn't that crazy? Because, it's quiet. It's quiet. Very easy to shut it off. And then all that's left is your ego, and that's gonna take the decision. You're gonna go this way. Oh, it didn't work out. Now you can go to all your friends and complain. Whoa. What a life. What a life. Now I decided that, actually, no. This is not how we're going to make any decisions no more. Like, it's almost like getting it by force. Like, I really want this, and now I'm going to do it, no matter what. But deep down, it's wrong. Deep down, this is not quite the way. But hey, maybe it's going to work anyway because I'm going anyway. Just not like that. Not like that. Honestly, once you start listening to your intuition, you will hear it a lot clearer. Because you're no longer searching for, the loudness that leads the way. Like, you already know. You have that knowing that this is not the way to go. So you let it be. Just like that, you let it be. And it's not always easy because your ego wants a lot of things. That's another thing about feeling certain about certain things. In the past couple days, I've been so happy with my decisions because I always took a moment to listen inside of me. That's what I mean by sometimes take this moment of silence for yourself, because otherwise you're not going to notice and you're just going to keep running. I'm never going to be running again. I've been running all my life. So it's over, right? And this is when your intuition gets really loud and you're going to see things a lot clearer. And it doesn't make sense because you always were taught to keep going and run. And like, that's like our basic reflex to just get out. But to just sit in stillness with yourself, you're going to learn so much more. And I've been realizing like, wait, I've been making decisions like that and it feels calm. It feels safe. And I feel guided. And I feel like I'm never alone, which this is really the feeling I got. Like, I'm just that grateful for that. I kind of know what's going on. Like, I am given the answers without any loud noises around me. And I'm always giving it time. If it doesn't, like, today I was a day where I'm like, there's this one thing I'm kind of struggling with, okay? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this one thing as soon as my energy is right there and it feels secure. But if I don't feel secure and I kind of am forcing it because I just want to get it over with, I just want to level up, so I need to get this thing done, but it doesn't feel right, but I'm just going to ignore the feeling, the intuition, I'm calling it that way. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to mess it up. And I've been doing so well, so I can't mess it up. And then I was like, well, you're not going to mess it up, Jnah, because you already know that you're only going to do it when you feel secure. There's no way you can mess it up then. It's actually that easy. And isn't this a beautiful way of thinking? If you know that you can't mess it up if you listen to your intuition, that's crazy, right? So, just some personal thoughts I've been having, but I really felt like sharing because I'm kind of like, since my birthday, I know it's also been like the moon, like if you check what's been going on out there, it always fits extremely well with what's going on inside of me. But I've been having the worst time before my birthday, and then, well, since then, bro, yeah, I feel like I already level it up every single day. But like, once again, things that others can't see, I'm feeling safe and secure in situations where I never would have believed ever that I could. And honestly, I would love to cry about this because it's that beautiful, because I've been struggling so hard all my life with this. Things that other people don't, they don't struggle with that. Just, I guess, things rooted in social anxiety kind of things. But I didn't know that it can get better. And one of those things is being able to, let yourself be guided, never force anything, and listen to your intuition. That's still a process of learning that, but I'm just so grateful. Honestly, I'm just so grateful that I've realized that I can get better. I didn't think I could. If there would have been any type of medicine, I would have taken it, but I don't think there is. Medicine never works with me. Like, it usually has the opposite effect, so I probably want to stay away from this. Unless it's the herbs from the garden, they always work. It's one of the most beautiful things is like, you don't need nobody around you in that sense to heal yourself. You don't have to be dependent on any other person out there. It's really on you like that. I like videos like that have a gap of silence in them. I really do. So yeah. If you can manage to listen to your intuition, things are going to change. That's for sure. Because what your ego wants and what your intuition tells you to do is two different directions. You're never gonna walk the same way again if you only listen to your intuition. It's like finding a safe place inside of you. And that's the type of security I never thought was possible to have. Like, if you have had a lot of anxiety, you are mostly confused. Where is this coming from and how can I battle it? And I didn't know there's security you can find just within yourself, just by, acting a certain way. And I have a lot of moments still where I'm like lost in the sense, but I know that I can get better because I have learned to feel secure now in a little situation where I never was before. So I know I can transfer this to other areas in my life. And I will, because I'm actually this kind of excited to move this new skill in the sense that I've gained to other areas in my life because it's actually that beautiful. Okay?